things change. Some script revisions had to happen in order to logistically actually complete our shoot. But in the end, we're finishing. We got it done. We're gonna hang out tonight and head back home tomorrow.
Do we have everything we need to tell a good story?
Absolutely.
Do we have everything we need to make a good quarter video?
Absolutely.
Do we have everything we need that the brand wants?
I'm pretty sure we're close.
We're not using octane.
Welcome to another episode of The Actor, The Actor's Process. They've brought me this new high-tech back healing device and taught me this method, this advanced method.
Here's your water, sir.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just writing down the stuff we gotta get shooting pickups today. There's a couple things in the edit where we messed up the line when we were shooting it.
Oh my god, Gabe, are you rotoscoping blades of grass?
Yeah. The idea is that you're so focused on just hurting these guys. You never thought for a second that anyone could touch what's so close to you, but it happened and you don't quite believe it. Popped off from like, you might want to grab that ladder, Carmichael.
Last off in this same take?
Yeah. Action.
Oh, so good!
End of day Monday, you guys deliver that. Monday through Wednesday, we're gonna get client notes. Okay, Wednesday, we're gonna give you the final cut, which is final cut, final VFX, final music for you, and some notes from client to address by end of day Thursday with the final mix down. That's the situation. We got this. Check out this effect sheet. Green is done, final, ready to upload. Red means there's notes. Blue means it's being worked on.
White.
Untouched. Most of the stuff that's green is difficult. A lot of the red is almost there and it's difficult. The white is pretty easy. Blue is intermediate at this point. But most of the difficult stuff is out of the way. We have 2 days to finish these effects, 2 days to implement all the client notes, and then we owe final cut with client notes, final VFX, final music to Eric, who's doing all the sound by end of day Wednesday. You might want to intercut this with me describing the schedule.
You know, I have to take this thing home tonight.
Oh, this is yours?
Yes.
Really?
It is my own.
Oh, okay. Well.
So I'm just gonna start erasing this right now.
Wait. I think it's in Google.
I'm just gonna use this lime.
No, it's in Google. We need it. Those are friendship limes from Sam. You took all the limes and smushed them into lime juice with your feet. I know. I saw those green toes. I knew it was from either one thing or another. Every shot that needs to be rendered out of Cinema 4D for this Film Fortnite video queued up. So all I have to do is go home in 12 minutes and hit render. By the time I get back, I expect it to still be rendering. That means a lot of work has been done while I sleep. I felt so fulfilled creatively using Cinema 4D. I can do anything. I can do anything if I learn how to do it. This is a place where I can practice my different creative skills and grow them. Cinema 4D is one of those skills, and it unlocks a whole nother level of storytelling. You can do anything. You can do absolutely anything. And right now, I'm building a massive fort made of pool noodles. No joke, I wouldn't have been able to do this shot if I didn't just look up tutorials, mostly from Grayscale Gorilla. Man, we got that daylight setup going on. We got HDRI studio rig going on. Man, they just make it so easy. I don't know what to say.
Sounds like you just got accepted into Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
I'm up in the Chocolate Factory right now, but the Chocolate Factory is Grayscale Gorilla and Cinema 4D.
You didn't take a deep dive in that chocolate river?
I have. I've been diving. I'm in that chocolate river right now. I'm coming out the other end with a lot of chocolate.
We're working on the tons of roto that are left over. So we have all these wonderful, funny, cool effects in this piece. We forgot about all the stuff that goes in front of these effects. It's a lot of work.
Your explosion shot in Zelda, man.
Oh, dude, I'm ready to talk about it whenever, man. If I have to come in afterwards, I'm down to do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because it sounds like people, they want to know some of the effects in that. Totally down.
I'll try to do it late this week or mid next week.
Okay, yeah.
Do you think we're on schedule?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure.
How's it working with Clint?
It's great. I love working with Clint. It's very, very chill, low stress. He's very clear in his directions, which is it's kind of hard to find for most people who are directing these pieces.
Well, that's some of Clint's flaws.
Well, he's actually really bossy, super demanding. He's got crazy temper.
You finished the shots?
Oh, no, just working on it.
Dude, I'm really gonna need you to finish that stuff, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seriously.
I mean, there you go. Like I said, being super clear with exactly what you want from a shot, like when it comes to VFX. Because a lot of times when I'm working with, say, like a studio or something like that, like on these bigger projects, like on a TV show or movie, I hate to say it, but sometimes these people are kind of expecting you to find out what they want. So like you just go through iteration of effects. You know, they pay a lot of money for these effects, so they really want to like get their money's worth. But yeah, it's hard to find someone who's going to be like, oh, yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I want. Or that's not what I want, and this is exactly what it is. And you're doing like maybe 2 to like 5 iterations instead of like 50 to like 75. Yeah, usually when that happens, you get to the 75th one, and they're like, you know what? I like the second iteration you did. Let's go back to that and just tweak it a little bit.
John's best feature. He's dedicated to the job, that's the first thing. He's here later than myself, and it's nice because sometimes people are like trying to get out as fast as possible and leave early and stuff, but John actually stays late and gets the work done. That's like first and foremost. And the work he does is quality. Those are like 2 things that should seem like a given, but they're not always a given. In this case, like it's so helpful because we have a lot of shots and a lot of difficult shots. John, I'd say, is an advanced VFX artist, and he's down to do stuff that, you know, like rotoscoping. You know, John is well versed in 3D, and that stuff is so much fun. Asking John to rotoscope, I would say it's kind of like a misdirection of skill. Because if he's the only one who can do like advanced stuff, then like give him all the advanced stuff, right? But in this case, there's so much to do that everyone has to pick up their weight. Everyone has to work as hard as they can. And he's down to do that stuff, and he doesn't complain. That's crucial. Soggy cornflake? Soggy...
Dude, corn pops. Corn pops are the best cereal.
The like yellow things like that.
Yeah, little yellow puff balls.
Little yellow nuggets.
I hate corn pops.
Dude, those are the best. Don't
hate
you like
corn pops.
Don't you throw darts at me?
The best
What's the best cereal?
Frosted Flakes.
Overrated. Might as well just pour yourself some oatmeal and sugar.
I'm down for oatmeal. You can hold on the sugar though. But you're right.
That's what Frosted Flakes are.
You're right. Honestly though, these days my favorite breakfast is yogurt with almonds and like some banana.
That sounds pretty good.
Ooh. Some stuff is rendered. I'd say more than half of the stuff is rendered and ready for you to jump in like you're doing now.
Yeah.
The other
So-
stuff is being rendered currently.
What about the shots where we're running along the trail and the foam walls are popping up?
That was the render that took 120. It was taking 127 hours.
Wait, really?
It's because of subsurface scattering.
But
I think.
I mean,
I hope.
it took 15 hours to render 5 frames.
I know. It's bad. I'm redoing that. I'm gonna have Gabe do roto on that. Once it's ready, that'll be one for you to comp.
Yeah, okay.
As well.
And there's also the shot where we come walking up to the chest,
That's a Gabe roto U comp situation.
but it hasn't been rendered.
It's queued up. Now, same for 110. The one of the wooden wall getting destroyed.
Uh-huh.
Same situation.
I'm still working on finishing up the storm shots.
Sweet. Stormfather, how's the storm shots going?
Epically.
Dude, we need to get like Stormfather on this. Instead of Ren, it just needs to be Stormfather. With a lightning bolt instead of a corridor logo. That's pretty much the bulk of your stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good. I think this is very doable. We should be able to finish this by early next week.
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow midday.
Yeah, no, we should be done by tomorrow.
Should be. Hopefully. Hopefully we can get all this done by tomorrow midday. We lose John after today, so.
Good riddance.
You've worked with Ren a lot, right?
I have.
What are some great things about working with Ren?
If you want to figure out the fastest way to get the work done, or probably the most efficient way, Ren's the guy to talk to. 90 to 95% of the time when working on these shots, the hardest part is figuring out where to begin. You're like, is it going to be a 3D shot or is it going to be a 2D shot? And if it's going to be 2D, how am I going to do it the right way? Usually just ask him and he'll have some crazy way to like do it quickly. Like, how would I pull a key from this shot that doesn't have a green screen or anything like that? And he'll like, oh, just invert it, make a mask out of it, and so on and so forth, and like, we'll just get it done. So that's definitely the best part of working with Ren.
Do you like working with Ren?
No, I hate him. He's the worst. No, I'm kidding. No, actually working with Ren's great. Why we get stuff done so fast is because he's usually the one who's like assigning the shots and how to do them.
Team Render working on Cinema 4D, and it's the best. Oh my god, it's saving me so much time. I came to the office today and found that a render was going to take me 104 hours, and that's not acceptable because the video's due this Saturday. It's currently Wednesday midday.
That shot that was taking like 15 hours per frame shouldn't take more than 5 seconds per frame in Octane.
Dude, to be fair though, it's thousands of cylinders all mixing together with motion blur reflection.
Yeah, and that would literally take seconds to render in Octane.
Dude, I gotta get Octane.
Why not render it all on Ren's computer, which has Octane?
It's not nearly that. It's like, yeah, different lighting system, different material system. You have to kind of start from the beginning.
So I got Team Render working, which means I have this computer, Gabe's computer, Ren's computer, Sam's computer, and Nico's computer, all just using up their computer juice to help me render. That's what I have going on that computer. It's rendering now. We got Ren. He is working on compositing all the stuff that has been rendered into the live action footage. We got Gabe just busting out some roto, and then I'm rendering other stuff, other things out of Cinema 4D on this computer, like darts flying in. So it's just Render City today. I have to send Final Cut to Sound with final notes, and then they have a version due back tomorrow. And then we have to send the client a version tomorrow midday. A version. We have to send a version to client tomorrow midday so that Jay can hop on the phone with them and make sure everything's all good.
What are you listening to?
Talking about comic stuff.
So he made a render, he kicked out this render, it's tracked into the shots. Gabe rotoscoped Nico and I running in. The problem is that the render isn't composited yet, and that's a whole big step. There's an entire industry revolving around compositing. So in VFX, when you make a render like this, great, you have a thing, but now it's time to actually put it in your scene. And for instance, in this scene, I have to put it inside the grass.
Which means roto.
No, it means using these elements like these that have transparency to them, and I'm going to make that as an alpha matte, a track matte for the render so that it looks like it's sitting in the grass, the shape of grass cut out of it. But we're not actually gonna, the intent isn't to see this grass, so I'm gonna put it right above our layer here. I'm gonna set our wall to, just set it to alpha inverted matte. And look at that, so the grass is gone. Boom. It's just literally a cookie cutter cut out into the render of the walls to make it look like it's sitting in the grass. This isn't that hard.
Jake is hopping on a phone call with the client, and they have a lot of concerns and a pretty intense conversation right now about that. It's one of the main ones. They have a couple other notes. I'm rendering out the final cut. Well, very close to final. They could pull the video possibly and be like, we're not posting it or something? I don't know. That'd be a worst case scenario. It's kind of like 50-50 at this point.
I do appreciate the references that you guys have sent us.
We're emphasizing his dominance of the battlefield, and that's when you can go into the close-ups of the blaster working, because you're emphasizing he's just dominating the battlefield, he's dropping fire on us. We can make that work in the edit, and that addresses what you guys are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So I think it's possible to film this stuff, add it. I'm going to try and not do any edit changes. There's a spot for the sniper. Instead of the second shot of you just shooting more, it'll just be a dolly shot of the sniper.
When we send it to them, we also need to send them the cut down and the YouTube upload, as in like, here's what we would go live with.
I totally get what you're coming from, and I feel like we can address what they're looking for here.
79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100! Keep going! Keep going! 102, 103.
104! Oh, we got 104!
Up after what was that? What was that? Everyone gave up after 100. Well, I was ready for 2. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's go.
Hey guys, I'm Nico.
So the initial shot of him shooting, where the camera goes, and then he starts shooting, then it cuts to Chase, and he's like, and then the stuff we're shooting is going to be the following shots, where it's like sweet shots of the gun.
Right.
Firing.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. So, what is the most interesting thing about this gun? I guess is the magazine
Yeah.
as it's being fired.
It's kind of like that as the
Maybe it's like inside, like real close up on that or something. It would be as if I'm standing. Yeah, Ren, maybe you stand literally.
When are those pickups coming?
Good.
Those pickups working?
Yes, and I'm just trying to get this out so I can go to lunch. Hungry?
I agree too.
All those shots, those extra shots make the video way better.
What about it is better because of that?
Well, I mean, it's like if you're in to like Nerf guns or foam blaster guns, whatever you want to call it, if you're into that, like, you know, you're into the technical aspects of it. You know, you're a technically, mechanically minded person in some regard. So, you know, I don't know. You know, showing off how they work. It looks cool.